Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through ambiguity. Okay, so ambiguity of grammar. So this is one of the most interesting and important topic, guys, because these questions could be asked for 2 marks or any kind of competitive exams or anywhere you can find these kind of questions, guys. These are some kind of tricky questions where you need to use your logical thinking and you need to build the trees and you need to identify it. So that is the reason you cannot directly say that this grammar is ambiguous just by observing it. You need to identify some kind of patterns and everything. Only then you can say. So that is the reason why this topic is really important when it comes to any kind of examination, guys. Okay. So a grammar is said to be ambiguous if there exist more than one leftmost derivation or more than one rightmost derivation or more than one parse tree for a given string. So in any kind of these situation, we can say that the grammar is ambiguous, guys. I'll be giving you an example, so don't worry about it. Okay. So if the grammar is not ambiguous, then we will be calling it as unambiguous grammar. Okay. So if the grammar has ambiguity, then it is not good for compiler, guys. So basically assume that there is some kind of a word which gives multiple meanings. So in that situation, if you use that word, the listener will be confused that whether he's saying this thing or that thing. So this is nothing but ambiguity, guys. So a single string can be generated by using two different ways. So which way to follow is the confusion here. So the same confusion will be for even for the compiler also. So that is the reason why the ambiguous grammar is really dangerous, or the compiler will never like the ambiguous grammar. Okay. So, and one more thing is that there is no direct method to detect it as well as to remove it. So there are no direct methods. You need to identify. Even for removing, I'll be giving you an example, but the thing is that you should identify the patterns. Only then you can remove it. Okay? Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea about ambiguity in grammar. Just give me a second. Sorry for that. Okay. So here is a small example, guys. Okay. So let us assume a grammar with the rules. So these are the rules of the grammar. E implies I, E implies E plus E, E implies E into E, E implies E, I implies epsilon 0, 1, 2 and so on 9. Input string is nothing but the final string that you need is a 3 into 2 plus 5. Okay. So first let us identify the grammar in detail. So the grammar has a VTPS that are nothing but a V are nothing but your non-terminals that are nothing but IE, T are nothing but the terminals, all the terminals, and start symbol is nothing but S. And the production rules are nothing but the above ones, P I wrote here. Okay. Yes. So let us start construction of the leftmost derivation tree. So here I am trying to use a leftmost derivation tree, guys. So if you want, you can even try for rightmost also. Okay. In any kind of situation, if you are getting more than 2 trees, but remember that you need to use only one type of thing. So don't say that I used once left recursion and once leftmost derivation and second time I used rightmost derivation and I got 2 different trees. Hence this grammar is ambiguous. That's wrong, guys. The thing is that in a single type of derivation, if you get 2 trees, then it is ambiguous. Okay. So here I am using leftmost derivation. So E implies E into E. So, and I expanded this E into I into T, this E into E into E, this E into I into 2, this E into I into 5. So at the end we got that. Similarly, here I expanded first E plus E, and this E I expanded to E into E. Then I expanded. So in this situation, both the trees are constructed using leftmost derivation, but these two are different. Hence, we can say that the above grammar is ambiguous, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea, guys. If you are having any kind of confusion, please watch the previous lecture, guys. In ALC, I have covered all the grammar topics. Till now, almost 5 to 6 lectures are already covered topics only. I'm just revising them. So please watch those lectures, guys. Okay. Since there are 2 parse trees for a single string, the grammar is ambiguous. Simple, right? Yes. Similarly, unambiguous grammar. A grammar is said to be unambiguous if it does not contain ambiguity. That means if it does not contain more than one leftmost derivation or more than one rightmost derivation or more than one parse tree for the given input string. Okay. So if you consider any grammar like any kind of normal grammar, if you try to construct, you will be getting unambiguous because there will be no chance of getting 2 or more. Okay. So I have just written an example here, so you can check it. Okay. So you might be getting a doubt that, okay, so is there any chance of removing ambiguity? So in this lecture, I'll be just giving you a small example, and in the next lecture, we'll be taking one example and we'll be solving it, guys, and removing the ambiguity. Okay. So if you observe here, S implies AB or AAB, A implies A or AA, B implies B. Okay, so this is the grammar given and we are trying to remove the ambiguity from here. Okay, so the first thing that you need to identify is in this grammar which is causing the ambiguity. Okay, so after observing that, based on that pattern, you'll be removing it, guys. Okay, okay, so just by observing, you can say, so here there is a chance to produce AAB, AAB. Okay, so AAB can be generated in that way or AAB can be generated in this way. So there are two possible ways. So that could lead to an issue, right? So if you are confused like what I'm trying to say, you're confused, let me write it. B, this A is converted to AA and this A is converted to A, this B is converted to B. So this is one possibility and the other possibility is this, B turns to B. So AAB, AAB. So these are two same input strings, but we are getting two different parses. So hence the grammar is ambiguous. So to remove this, if you observe carefully, so here there is this production. So this is one of the production which is causing the issue, right? So let us remove the production, guys. So if you remove the production, is the grammar power is changing? No. Hence we can remove that production. So in this way, you need to identify and observe the patterns and you need to remove it, guys. Okay. Okay. So these kind of questions might not be asked in your examinations, but for your understanding, please learn them once. Okay. So in the next lecture, I'll be taking one more example and I'll be solving it step by step, guys. Okay. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.